Okay. My first question to you, Mr. Walsh, is how did you become an actor? You've had a long acting career. How did you get started in that?
Well, I'm Irish. Now, the Irish are kind of be performers. So I'm Irish to start with. So there's a little of that in my background. And, I grew up in northern Vermont, in a very small town in northern Vermont.
Okay.
My father was a U.S. Customs officer on the border with Canada, 60 miles from Montreal. So I went to school up there. I was senior class president in high school. My high school class was 13, 10 girls and 3 boys. So I come from the big time. So I went to college about 150 miles away from where I grew up. And I got a degree in business administration from college after going there for 4 years. And during that time, I decided that I wanted to try to see if I could be an actor. I had done theater in high school and college and so forth. I enjoyed it out on stage. I had fun out there. So I decided to go to New York City and go to an acting school down there for 2 years.
Okay.
So I went down. I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Art for 2 years. I did not know anything. I got to New York, and I didn't know anything. I didn't know big city. All I did was look at tall buildings and stumble off curves. I was stunned by the whole place. And so I studied there. I liked it. It was exciting for me. I didn't know anything. I had poor speech. I've been deaf in 1 year since I was 3 years old. Mm-hmm. I had poor speech, and I wanted to do Shakespeare and Jean Moliere, and I spoke like some Vermont hillbilly. It became evident that I wasn't going to do Shaw and Shakespeare and Moliere. So I just kind of watched and absorbed, and I didn't know anything, so everything, I just took it in like a sponge and watched and watched and watched. And it took a few years down there, and I got lucky. I mean, what the heck? So did I answer your question?
Yes, you did.
Good for me.
What is the most difficult or challenging part of being an actor? Do you have a challenging or difficult part of being an actor?
Well, the most challenging and difficult part of it is how do you survive? I mean, you've got to have money.
Yeah.
I mean, most people don't go to New York and, mom and dad send them $200 every week. That's not the way it works. So I always had to have jobs where I would survive. I never drove a taxi. A lot of guys drove taxis. And but I could work in an office. I had a degree in business administration, so I could do anything in an office. And I just kind of kept going and kept watching. You can go to the theater in New York and see any play you want. Mm-hmm. For the last 2 acts. So I would go to the theater, and I'd put on a jacket and a tie, and I'd go to the theater and stand outside during the first intermission when people came out to have a cigarette or a breath of fresh air, and then go back for the second act. Mm-hmm. And I'd kind of wander in and find an empty chair, and I'd watch the second and third act of all these plays. And eventually all the door people and, the people at the theaters, they got used to seeing me, and they'd say, look, go over there and sit in that corner and just shut up, will you? So I'd sit there and watch the plays. I watched Raisin in the Sun or Miracle Worker. I watched 20 times or something. And I'd see people up on stage doing these wonderful things. And I'm a sponge. I'm just sucking it all in. And that's the way, so with the business degree, I could make a living. I didn't make a lot. And in New York at that time, if you were employed as an actor for 20 weeks in the last 54 weeks, 52 weeks for a year, a year is what, 52 weeks, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you were employed as an actor for 20 weeks of the past 52, you could get unemployment. And I could never quite get 20 weeks then because you'd work along and the year keeps changing. I'd do summer stock and get 8 weeks, or I'd do this. To get 20 was very, very difficult. And finally, when I had 20 weeks in and walked into the unemployment office and said, I'm an actor.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me a claim. They gave me a claim that said I was an unemployed actor, and they couldn't make me go out and work as a businessman or something. So I remember I got $45 a week for unemployment, and I was never again without an unemployment claim. So that meant, as opposed to going to some office for 8 hours, I could go out and pound on the doors of all these casting people and all these people, and pound on the doors and say, "You got anything going on?" So does that make any sense to you?
Yes, yeah.
Well, that's the way it was. It's I used my business background, and I survived. And then I was a sponge. I was kept watching people. And I'd see a play, eventually I'd see a play that was highly praised, mm-hmm. and I'd see a guy up there on stage doing something, and I'd think, why is he doing that? Why did he make that choice? And no, not that, and acting is beat to beat to beat. They're all choices. You make a choice, then you go on to the next beat, and you make a choice, And I finally got to the point where I was challenging what I was seeing. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, if I'm so smart, why is he up on stage and I'm sitting down here in the audience, And then I had to find out a way to get, to win some of these audition jobs.
Yeah. And I've talked to a lot of other actors, and they say the most challenging part for them is, you go in for an audition and don't take rejection personally. I've talked to many actors about that. And as you said, you have to make a living at it, because some actors...
Yeah, well, you have to make a living in order to do it, in order to keep auditioning.
Yeah.
I had to... Now, remember, I have a degree in marketing, which is sales, from college. Mm-hmm. So I was the product. How do I sell this product? Now, I'd go in for an audition, and there were 10 people going in before me that were basically looked like Emmet Walsh. And there were 10 people after me that basically looked like Emmet Walsh. Now, how was I going to win that audition? I had to learn how to do an audition. So somehow they remembered me when everybody else got forgotten.
Yeah.
And that was sales. That was all to be learned.
Yeah.
There's the business of acting and the acting business. Mm-hmm. I had learned how to act a little bit, but I had to learn the acting business. How do you actually get yourself employed?
Yeah. Because acting is a rough business. It is. You have to...
Oh, I wouldn't wish it on a dog. It's very, very hard. It's incredible. It's incredible. Like if a young girl goes to New York and she's Miss North Carolina or Miss Georgia or Miss this, and the runner-up, they all come in. They're all beautiful young talent. But they have to have it to have scored to have won their first or second or third job by the time they're 27 or 28, because these young girls are old then from the point of view of movies and television. Mm-hmm. And myself, I was just a young character actor. I could understand. I was 28 or 30 or something, and I could play people. I could go away from New York and play people 45 or 50. I couldn't do it in New York. But I learned, by doing summer stock and doing regional theater, I learned, what my strengths were, how I could do it.
Yeah, because there's different acting styles. There's theater or acting or,
Well, theater is theater. Mm-hmm. You've got to get it out 30 rows so people can hear it. Mm-hmm. Television or movies, the camera's right in your nose, so they don't need all the noise. They just, there's a difference between acting for a camera and acting for an audience. And you learn the different forms because you accumulate experience. And I was very fortunate. When I walk on film, my character, people watch it. There's a thing called presence, and there are people that walk on television and you watch them. There are people who walk on stage and you watch them. They've been given a gift. It's called film presence or stage presence. 75% of acting can be learned. The other 25% are the gifts. That's the present. And I was just very fortunate when I walked. I was given the gift of presence. When I walk on film or I walk on stage. And I knew what to do with it once I realized what it was, and I was just like, how do you walk into a room with 7 or 8 people and win the job when there are 7 or 8 coming after you and going before you? You have to learn that.
Yeah, and you never stop learning. You always learn.
That's true. That's true. That's true of life.
Yeah. I've been doing my radio show for 5 years, and I haven't stopped learning. I learn something new every day and learn something new from each actor I talk to. And,
right. Well, good. Now, Why? It's. I've been in situations where people don't listen. They just keep talking.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, hey, maybe I got something to say here, but I'll let you go and make a fool of yourself.
Yeah.
So, you do learn. It's all to be learned. It's all, there are certain questions you can ask. There are certain questions that people don't want you to ask, and you learn that.
Yeah. My next question is, do you have any upcoming projects, as in movies or television? Do you have any?
Yeah, I've got 4 films. I've got 4 movies. I've been doing movies. I'm an old man. You know how old I
am? In your 80s, I guess. 80s?
Yeah, I'll be 83 in March.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm 82, but this coming March I'll be 83. So I'm an old man. But I have 4 movies that we refer to them as in the can. I've already done them.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't been released, and maybe they'll never be released.
Yeah.
And so I have those coming out. They're they call me and they don't want me to play a young man. They want me to play an old man. So I do these. I have 4 of them right now. I've done 118 feature films in my career.
Wow.
Yeah, I know it is a wall. And some of them are really wonderful, but they go back over 40 years. And I have 4 now, and that they're hanging around. They might come out. You do a movie. One does a low budget movie.
Mm-hmm.
They raise $1 million or $2 or $3 million and bring you into work a week or something. But you may never hear about it again because the movie that they made for $1 or $2 or $3 million, it takes $5 to $10 million to get it out, to advertise it.
Yeah.
To get and then they don't have any money because they've blown all their money trying to get the movie made. So they kind of lie around. Then you see them late night on television or something, trying to get a little bit of their money back.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to do. It's very hard to do a movie now, a low budget movie now. In the old days, they would do a movie for $10 million, which was seemed to be a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Now they don't want to do a $10 million movie. They want to do Star Wars 7, and spend $150 million on it, rather than do 10 movies for $15 million a piece.
Yeah.
They're not. And also the market is the kids. You guys are the market for movies now. All the movies just came out at Christmas time. They're all geared towards the kids. Now you're seeing, in my business, you're seeing some of the movies that are out for trying to get Oscar nominations and so forth. But those are a different kind of movie. Yeah.
Back then it was much different, movie-wise, to make a movie. And now it's changed these days.
Yeah, no, it's changing. They don't want to do a $10 million movie and make $20 million. That doesn't interest them. They're interested in doing a $150 million movie and making $400 million. That's what the business is about now.
Yeah.
And the business is about kids. The kids buy the ticket. the other people don't.
Yeah.